Picture two women, both 67 years old, same height, same weight, same doctor, both eating what most people would call a healthy diet. One of them has strong legs. She climbs stairs easily. She gets up from a chair without thinking about it. She carries her own groceries. The other one struggles. Her legs feel weaker than they did 5 years ago. She holds the railing. She gets tired faster than she expects. Her doctor has mentioned muscle loss. The difference between them is not their medication. It is not their exercise routine. It is what time of day they eat their protein. If you are over 60 and you have noticed that you feel weaker than you used to, that climbing stairs takes more effort, that getting up from the floor is harder than it once was, that you tire more quickly than 5 years ago, there is a very good chance the problem is not your age. It is your breakfast. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what is happening to your muscle after 60. Why the protein advice most seniors received is incomplete in two specific ways, and the single meal change that research shows can begin reversing what the years have quietly taken. There is a word that most people over 60 have never heard from their doctor, even though it is actively changing their body right now. The word is sarcopenia. Sarcopenia. It comes from the Greek. It means loss of flesh. In plain English, your muscle is disappearing. Not because you are sick, not because you are doing anything wrong, but because after 60, the body's ability to build and hold on to muscle changes in a way that most people never realize until the consequences arrive. Here are the numbers from peer-reviewed research. After age 60, the average person loses roughly 1% of their muscle mass every single year. Strength declines even faster, around 3% per year after 60. That means by 75, you may have 30 to 40% less strength than you had at your peak. Between 5 and 13% of adults aged 60 to 70 already meet the clinical definition of sarcopenia. After 80, that number can reach 50%. Sarcopenia is not just weakness, it is the leading driver of falls. Falls are the leading cause of fatal and non-fatal injury in adults over 65. And here is the part that changes everything. Sarcopenia is not inevitable. It can be significantly slowed. And with the right nutrition, even partially reversed in your 70s and into your 80s. To understand why protein timing matters so much after 60, you first need to understand something called anabolic resistance. When you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids. Those amino acids travel to your muscles and trigger a process called muscle protein synthesis, your body actively building new muscle tissue. In a healthy 30-year-old, this process fires reliably in response to almost any meaningful amount of protein. In an adult over 60, the system becomes less sensitive. Research published in Frontiers in Physiology in 2026 confirmed that older adults show a significantly blunted muscle protein synthesis response to the same protein dose that would fully trigger it in a younger adult. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. Think of it like a lock that has gotten stiff over time. The key still works, but you need to turn it harder. You need more protein, higher quality protein, and critically, you need it at the right moment. Before I give you the specific numbers, if you have kidney disease or any chronic condition, please speak with your doctor before significantly increasing your protein intake. This is for educational purposes only. For most healthy adults over 60, what follows is well supported by current international guidelines. But your doctor knows your specific situation, and that conversation matters. Here is something almost no senior has been told about the protein advice they received from their doctor. The standard protein recommendation, the ERDA, is zero point 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. That number was not developed for older adults. It was set using nitrogen balance studies in young, healthy, sedentary adults. The methods and the people studied did not represent anyone over 60. Multiple expert groups brought age, ESPEN, the International Society of Sports Nutrition, have concluded that the older adult protein target should be substantially higher. The current evidence based recommendation for healthy adults over 60 is 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight every day. For those with muscle loss, chronic illness, or who want to rebuild, the range goes up to 1.5 grams per kilogram. In practical terms, for a 70 kilogram person, about 150 pounds, that is between 70 and 105 grams of protein a day. Population surveys show that approximately 40% of adults over 70 are not reaching even the lower end of that range. So the first failure is that most seniors are not eating enough total protein. But here is the second failure, and it is the one almost nobody mentions. Many of the seniors who do hit the daily protein target are eating almost all of it at the wrong time. Most adult seniors included eat protein in the same daily pattern: a low protein breakfast, toast, cereal, fruit, coffee, a moderate lunch, and a large protein heavy dinner. Chicken, fish, meat, that pattern feels logical. It matches how most people have always eaten. But data from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey shows that the average American adult eats roughly 3 times more protein at dinner than at breakfast. 38 grams at dinner, 13 grams at breakfast. And here is why that pattern is particularly damaging after 60. Muscle protein synthesis does not work like a bank account. You cannot save up protein from dinner and spend it on muscle the next morning. It works in pulses. Each meal is an independent opportunity to trigger the muscle building signal. If a meal does not contain enough protein to cross the threshold, that window closes. The opportunity is gone. And after 60, you cannot afford to miss it. The most important meal for muscle protection after 60 is the one most people get wrong: breakfast. Your body has been in a fasting state overnight 6, 7, 8 hours without protein. During that time, your body has been drawing on muscle tissue to supply amino acids to the organs that need them. When you wake up, your muscles are primed. They are ready to receive. They are literally waiting for protein. And most people hand them a bowl of cereal. A randomized controlled trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that in elderly women, supplementing protein at breakfast rather than in the evening led to significantly greater muscle mass and hand grip strength after 12 weeks. Same total daily protein. Different timing, meaningfully different results. I want to pause here and be specific with you, because I know what some of you are thinking right now. I already eat protein. I have eggs sometimes. I eat chicken at dinner. Here is what I want you to do, either right now or tomorrow morning. Write down everything you eat at breakfast. Then count the protein grams, because in a moment I am going to give you the exact threshold your muscle needs at each meal to actually trigger synthesis after 60. And I am going to show you which foods get you there without making breakfast complicated. The 2026 Prot Age and ESPN guidelines, the most current international consensus on protein for older adults, recommend between 25 and 40 grams of protein per meal, distributed across 3 to 4 meals a day. Not all of it at dinner, each meal independently. In food terms, here is what most people are actually eating at breakfast: 2 eggs, roughly 12 grams, a bowl of oatmeal, about 5 grams, total 17 grams, less than half the minimum threshold. To reach 25 grams at breakfast from whole foods, you need to be deliberate, but you do not need to be complicated. Here is what a muscle protective breakfast actually looks like. Option 1: plain Greek yogurt with berries and a handful of nuts. Greek yogurt, not the sweetened kind, contains 17 to 20 grams of protein per cup. Add walnuts or almonds and you are at or above 25. No cooking. 2 minutes. Genuinely good. Option 2: cottage cheese with fruit. 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese delivers around 25 grams on its own. Add sliced peaches, berries, or a light drizzle of honey. One of the most underrated breakfast foods in senior nutrition. Option 3: 2 to 3 eggs with smoked salmon. Together, they deliver around 30 grams of complete, high-quality protein. Both are rich in leucine, the specific amino acid that acts as the trigger signal for muscle protein synthesis after 60. Option 4: a protein smoothie. 1 scoop of whey protein in milk, a banana, a tablespoon of nut butter. 25 to 35 grams of protein in under 5 minutes. Whey has the highest leucine content of any common protein source and the strongest evidence base for muscle synthesis in older adults. The common thread is not complexity. It is protein at the right time, in the right amount, at the meal when your body is most ready to use it. Here is the one sentence that matters most from this video. After 60, your muscle does not respond to protein the way it once did, which means the advice most seniors received about how much protein to eat was too low. And the way most seniors distribute that protein across the day is working against them. The fix is 2 things. Eat more total protein than the standard ERDA recommends. Aim for 1.0 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of your body weight each day, distributed across 3 meals. And front load breakfast. Aim for at least 25 grams in the morning when your muscles have been waiting all night and are most ready to respond. Your doctor prescribed your medication to protect your health. Your grocery list should be doing the same thing. You are not weak because you are old. You may simply not have had the information that changes what breakfast looks like. That is what this channel is here for. Every single week. Not fear, not complicated regimens, just the specific, verified information that gives your body what it actually needs. If this helped you today, subscribe. Every week, I bring you one thing your doctor didn't have time to explain, and it is always something you can actually do something about. Before you go, we have spent 4 videos on what to eat, when to eat it, and what happens when food and medication collide. Next week, I am covering something that most people over 60 assume is completely unrelated to food: their memory. Specifically, there are 5 foods that research now links to meaningfully reduced cognitive decline in adults over 60. Not supplements, not pills, actual foods. Available at any grocery store. Affordable, and one of them, the one with the strongest evidence base of all 5, is something most seniors eat less than once a week. That is next week. Don't miss it.